In this video, I'm going to explain the ellipse and the elements of the ellipse. Here, firstly, let me read the definition. An ellipse is a set of points in a plane whose distances from two fixed points. This two fixed point is important. Two fixed points in the plane have a constant sum. Also, this constant sum is important for us. So, when I choose the point, firstly, let me tell that these fixed points, they are called foci, which is plural form of focus. So this is focus and F is focus, F prime is focus. They are called foci. And here these are the fixed points, and when you choose on the ellipse point like P, PF prime plus PF, it should be equal to QF prime plus QF, and RF prime plus RF, they should be equal to each other. And if we name this side is equal to A, also this side it should be equal to A because it's symmetry, and totally the distance AA prime, it should be equal to AA prime, it should be equal to 2A. And actually the constant sum is also equal to that one, which is 2A. How to understand that one? You may put your point here, and when you choose the point, from this point you will draw one line to both axes like AF prime, and here I'm going to go from down, and A prime F prime and A prime F. So the sum is AF prime plus AF prime plus A prime F prime. Yes, that's equal to 2A it should be. How it is going to be? Because A prime F plus A prime F prime, at the same time it's equal to A prime F prime, they are equal to FA. So I'm going to draw this length here again. This is sum. So from this point to this point, when you continue, it's going to be equal to 2A. I'm going to explain on the exercises. There's no need to confuse that one. And let me continue with the other terms. Here I said that the total length of A prime A, it's going to be equal to 2A, and B prime B, it's going to be equal to 2B. Then the focus point, if we name as the distance from the origin, if we name as C, then we will get this Pythagorean theorem. B square plus C square is equal to A square. For the here, it's obvious that this length also, they are equal to each other. This length and this length, since they are symmetric, because this length also is equal to. And from the point B, this is our point on the ellipse, and from this point you are drawing to 2 foci. The sum, it should be totally the length of the longest major axis, which is equal to 2A. So if this is A, this is also A, it should be. So A plus A, it's equal to 2A. Okay, that's true. Then B square plus C square, it should be equal to A square. This is the case here. Only we need to mention here this expression, because in some cases A may be bigger than B, A may be bigger than B, or let me write here, A may be bigger than B, or A may be less than B. There are two cases because we don't know the A values. If it is like that, if A is bigger than B, then the formula, it should be C square plus B square, it should be equal to A square. So the figure, it should be this kind of ellipse. If A is less than B, then C square plus A square, it should be equal to B square, because A is less than B. Then the figure, it should be in this form. Okay, we may continue with this question. The foci of an ellipse are F is equal to 3, 0, and F prime is minus 3, 0, and the length of its minor axis is 8. Find the coordinates of the vertices of the ellipse. First, we should remember this one. The foci, they are going to be on the major axis. I didn't mention that one before, but this is F prime, and this is F, it's going to be, which is minus 3, 0, and that's also 3, 0. So this axis is the major axis it's going to be. This axis is the major axis it's going to be. So our figure, it should be something like this. Here there is one figure that's going to be here. I'm going to replace, and the figure, I think it should be like this, something like this it should be. Later we are going to decide about how the figure it's going to be. Okay, then let me continue with the solution. The value is here. The value is the distance from the origin. It's 3 units. So this is also C value, if you remember from the previous page. And this is also 3 units. That's C also, the distance C. And the minor axis, it's equal to 8. Minor axis, we know that that's equal to 2b. So 2b is going to be equal to 8, and b is equal to 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. So the minor axis length here, from this point to this point, it's going to be one of the vertex here. The other vertex, it should be here, which is 0, 4, and 0, minus 4. These are the another vertices of the ellipses, because when the coordinates, if the center is on the origin, the figure, it should be like that. Then I'm going to put here, and I'm going to move up. This is the first part. Yes, okay. It should be in this form. Did we finish the question? No, because we didn't find the major axis. First, the major axis, the minor axis b. B is less than a, so the equation, it should be c square, a square is equal to a square is equal to b square plus c square. So with respect to that one, a square is equal to, we don't know what it is, b is equal to 4, 4 square plus 3 square, it's going to be a square is equal to 16 plus 9, a square is equal to 25, which is equal to a is equal to 5, is going to be plus minus 5. So the coordinates here, it's going to be, let me choose 5 and minus 5, it's going to be. So the figure of the ellipse, it should be something like this. Okay, we found how the figure is. Only we are going to place the corner points, vertex points, which are 5, 0 and minus 5, 0 it's going to be, and minor axis, it is 8, and find the coordinates of the vertices, it says. So all of them we found here. Okay, now we are going to continue with the definitions again. What are the definitions? Eccentricity. What does eccentricity mean? C over A, the focus over major axis. So when the C over A, it's equal to 0, which means the distance between the two foci is 0 to the origin. You can imagine like that. This C is here, it's coming, and when you get closer to foci, to origin, it's going to be closer to origin. The figure is going to get closer to circle. And when the eccentricity is 0, the figure is circle. When the eccentricity value is increasing, as you see, it's going to get closer ellipse. And here the minor axis, it's decreasing. E is going to be 0.9. When it is 0.9, as you see, it's the minor axis, it's very small. Can E be equal to 1? No. The figure, when E is equal to 1, C becomes A. They are equal to each other, so it means that you are drawing only line. Okay, the circles of an ellipse, the major and minor circles there are. The major circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to a squared. This is the major circle. And this minor circle, x squared plus y squared is equal to b squared. This is the minor circle. And what is directrice? Directrices, actually. Directrices of the here, x is equal to a squared over c. X is equal to plus minus a squared over c, it's going to be. These are the definitions of the ellipses. Okay, let's continue. This is the last question. An ellipse has focus at 6, 0. I'm going to find the point 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Since the x value is equal to 6, it means that this is the point that we need to find. Yes, this is the 6, 0, and it means that this figure, the longer side, it's going to lie on the x-axis, because focus are on the x-axis. Focus is on the x-axis. The other one, it should be symmetric to this one, and which is equal to minus 6, 0, and it's going to be here. Then we are going to define the c value, which is equal to 6. Okay, the length of the major axis is 20, so the length of the major axis is here, that's equal to 20. So 2a is equal to 20, which means a is equal to 10. So if a is equal to 10, this is the major axis, and if I define like this here, this is the length here, it's going to be equal to 10, and this is minus 10, 0, then this is 10, 0, it's going to be 10, and 0, it's going to be, if this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, this point is the major axis, and 1, 2, 3, 4, this point is the vertex of the ellipse. Okay, here we are going to find now the other value, which is b. A square plus, since a is the major axis, a is bigger than b. With respect to that one, the a square plus a square is equal to b square plus c square. A square is equal to b square plus c square. So a is equal to 10 square. B is equal to, we don't know, b square plus c square is equal to 6 square. So 100 is equal to b square plus 6 square, which is equal to 36. And 100 minus 36 is equal to 64. 64 is equal to b squared. B is equal to plus minus 8. It's going to be, so the other side, it's going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The minor axis, it's going to be totally 16, and on the vertex it should be 8 and minus 8. Here this is 0, 8, and the other one is minus 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 7, minus 8. Yes, 0, minus 8. It should be here. Okay, we found the vertices. So we found the vertices. Firstly, that one they asked the eccentricity, but we found the vertices. What is the eccentricity? Eccentricity was equal to c over a. Okay, the eccentricity was c over a, and here eccentricity is 6 over. The a value was equal to 10, so eccentricity is equal to, shortly, 0.6 or 3 over 5 also we can say. Okay, we found eccentricity also. We found the vertices of the minor axis. Major axis it's given, minor axis we found, and the equation of the major and minor circles. Equation of the major and minor circle, since the an is equal to 10 and b is equal to a, the major axis, major circle, x squared plus y squared is equal to 10 square, and the minor circle, this is major circle, and the minor circle, it's going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to 8 square is going to be. Okay, the directrices we are going to find. The x value, it should be equal to, x is equal to plus and minus a square over c, it's going to be 10 square over plus minus 10 square over 6, which is equal to 100 over 6. It's going to be outside of the plus and minus. X is equal to 100 over 6, or 50 over 3. 50 over 3, and x is equal to minus 50 over 3. These are the directrices of the ellipse it's going to be. But I want to show also the figure of the ellipse here. Here, if I put to the center, here this is 8. It is not asked in the question, but I want to show how the figure is. This is in this form, and it should be like this. So the figure of the ellipse, which has the focus 6, 0, it should be like this.